You've selected Shuffle.
Welcome to the Shufflepod. I'm Woody.
Hey, I'm George.
I'm DJ.
And I'm Jeff.
We didn't figure out how to do the audio. So there you go. That's kind of an acoustic blend of the show.
Yeah, we're streaming live now to what is it? Is it just YouTube or do we decide Facebook as well?
I think we're just doing YouTube.
It's for. I'm going to do this here. I'm going to turn you up a little bit, Woody. There we go. I'm going to turn everybody up here real quick. Go ahead and. I'm sorry. I know this is the first time we have automatically select.
Yeah, this is all new, so.
So, anyways, let me put. So Jeff's up. All right, for me. It's time for me. Okay, so
We have
boys and girls.
we have it looks like we have a sponsor, StreamYard.
Yeah.
We do. We've got our sponsor, StreamYard, and
Winston
also,
the Duck.
Winston, is that the duck's name?
That's his name
It
now.
is now.
and
Nice.
Tire Thumper. Woody, do you have these are
I do.
handmade tire thumpers?
Nice.
Made of
This is
hickory.
as a present from George.
Yeah.
Check the tire
Look at
pressure
that.
in my tires.
Hold on, let me grab mine.
Oh, we got a comment.
He didn't give me one.
We got a live comment from Facebook.
From who?
Nobody. No one's going to tell us anything on this. We have 0 watchers. If we go to 1 watcher, I will be like fucking thrilled. So, but anyways, as we record this, it is spooky Halloween.
It is.
It is actually.
Yeah. So it's gonna come. I guess it's gonna come out to YouTube right today. But
So we should probably, with the rate we record things, we should be like, "Happy Thanksgiving, everybody!" Just
Yeah.
honestly, yeah.
let you guys know. Is
Well,
today the
unfortunately,
first day- is today the first
I got the
day of
left.
Rosh
Sorry.
Hashanah?
And now people see why we edit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta make sure that I don't make any Korean comments or anything. No,
So
I don't.
fortunately, I got the last episode you guys did finished, and it will go up today. So at least it'll go up the
Oh,
same
good.
day as this is going to YouTube. So,
Now everybody's gonna be confused, but that's okay.
well, yeah.
Who cares?
Our show
all
doesn't make
good.
sense anyways. So
No, it really doesn't.
Listen in any order. And hey, guys, thanks for leaving me a great place to split that last show. It's just an hour and a half because I had nowhere to stop.
That's okay.
that's fine.
I was
Fine.
like here, like nope. They just kept talking. Screw it.
George just decides like in the
I know
moment,
halfway.
we're gonna split it right
Halfway through
now.
a sentence.
Yeah, it's bad.
And then he
I
counts
apologize.
down. He goes,
Right.
okay, there's where we're split in 3, 2, 1. And it's like,
I'm like,
okay.
wait.
Yeah, that's my fault. I apologize on that.
No problem.
Check that bad boy out.
There it is.
You like
It's
that?
bigger than I thought it would be.
I've made a couple of them. One was a lot smaller than that. I made it for my nephew, but
If you're just listening to the audio version, Woody held
I
up
just
a
showed a-
T-Rex
Oh,
skull
yeah.
giant T-Rex skull.
that he 3D
Already-
printed.
Already we forget that we're still doing audio recordings.
Yeah, right. I guess that kind of makes sense.
Sorry if I'm moving around a lot. I'm at my stand-up desk because I need to stop sitting so goddamn much.
Yeah, I'm having some weird problems with my mic. It's like
Same.
my well, I know you are too, but mine is auto adjusting up and down sometimes on
Yeah,
Audacity.
I have it
Oh.
set. I'm sorry, I have it set to auto.
No, on
So-
Audacity.
Oh,
My
no.
Audacity
Yeah,
feed's
Audacity
doing
does
this.
that too. For some reason. So we got
It
at
happens.
4 minutes
okay.
30 seconds. I'll give a viewer count 0, and
Yeah, no one knows we're on. Plus it's
I was like, what?
9:30 on a Sunday. Everybody's at church.
no, with,
Yeah.
So
So the
we're
people that
talking,
listen to our show are church goers.
anything
Which
big
speaking
come
of
up
listeners-
with anybody
I'm sorry.
these past couple weeks?
No, but we do have a new listener. Hey. Sorry,
Yeah?
I thought I'd share that. A friend of mine started listening. He's been going through like all the backlog. He
Oh,
also
really?
asked me last Sunday, hey, when's the next show coming out? I'm like,
Well,
easy,
he's
bro.
not on the live stream.
No, they're out. They're busy today, so I'll let him know that we did a live one this morning, and he'll probably be interested in the next. So we got to get that out. We got to let people know when we're going to go live. Sorry, carry on. I got nothing else.
No. It's just a test. I apologize. Jeff's cranky because he thought the show was going to be at 10, and it was actually 9. So we called him. We woke him up.
That's my fault. I apologize.
It's Woody's fault. He didn't iterate.
Ultimately, I am the boss, so it does come down on my shoulders.
It's true.
I am the law.
It's true.
All right, I have a question.
What is DJ doing?
I am trying to even see it on our Facebook feed, and I can't even find it.
Oh,
Well, you have to be subscribed, my friend, and it should be under live.
I mean,
There's a private chat. We have 7 comments. I'm not stupid. Okay. We'll go to regular
That's me.
comments for YouTube. And there's still 0.
I can't even. I am
subscribed to the notifications. So let me see if it says anything. The Shufflepod broadcast is live. Let me see.
Oh yeah,
I'm on.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
hey, I hear it. Nice work. Well, it's working. That's something anyway. It's like I got to keep checking.
Oh, geez. Now I got to
Look at
shut
my
it off.
board, making sure there's nothing back there that I need to cover.
I know this
Anyway.
makes for riveting audio.
It
Me
does.
searching, but
It's
I
terrible.
seriously cannot find it.
It's all right. You don't need to watch it. We're actually on it. So,
It's a good
Woody,
point.
you asked something, didn't you? George asked what big happened to anybody. Me, nothing. It's been a while. George, Woody, anyone?
My car died.
Oh,
So
no.
I was going to a movie for my brother-in-law's birthday, and I was driving to the movie theater, and the fucking thing just pissed
Which
out.
which car is this?
It's the Silver Bullet Nissan, and so I don't have
that
anything.
sucks. You don't have anything? Do you need something right now?
I
have
driving
an
my
extra vehicle.
father-in-law's.
You
I
do?
have my father-in-law's. Yeah, of course he does.
So do I.
I have my father-in-law's truck right now, and we're actually buying Rob and Sarah's Mazda.
Oh, because I have that handicap accessible van with hand controls. That's I have insurance on it. I got the plates transferred over to my name. Everything's all set with it.
Dude, you gotta roll up to work in that, and then open up the
Does it
back
have
doors and get
pedals
out.
too?
Yes, it has pedals too, but I don't know if you could reach them.
What is that a short joke or is
It's
that
a short
actually-
joke.
Okay,
It's
No,
definitely a
absolutely.
short
Yeah,
joke.
you could definitely. It has pedals. You don't need to use the hand controls.
but you're gonna
George,
use
you
the
can-
hand controls.
you
You're
can-
going to.
Yeah, you're gonna try it out at least.
Yeah.
But you could borrow that as long as you need it forever if you need it.
Is it a cargo type van or is it a conversion?
It's a
van?
minivan. It's got a DVD player that flips down. It's laid out pretty
Dude,
well.
you got to give that to me for my son. He can do his driving test on it with the hand controls. That'd be so
That'd
fun.
be sweet. And he just starts screaming at the instructor, "Leave me alone! My legs don't work."
They'd have to pass him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you hit a button, the whole van kind of kneels down.
How many
the
cripples
door
have you
opens,
failed this month?
And,
and that's the thing is, handicapped
Ramp
people
comes
always
down.
win.
Yeah.
You got life by the balls, man.
Yep.
Right.
This episode's sponsored by handicapped people.
and StreamYard.
Right. And StreamYard.
Same.
I love that little duck in the corner, though.
I do too. I like them.
I don't know why he's named after a cigarette brand.
Right.
But I took it over to Braun Ability to just sell it to him because that's where she bought it from.
Yeah.
And they had a van, the exact same van. This van's a 2012, but it has 30,000 miles on it. Yeah.
Wow.
They had the same exact van with 60,000 miles on it, and they wanted $27,000 for it. And they offered me 8. So I said, I would rather find a family that needs this
And give it to them.
and honestly, sell it to them for $8,000
Right.
than sell it to this place and just to have them mark it up triple and
Right.
take advantage of somebody.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
So does the door open normal and have a ramp that
It's got
comes down?
Lambo doors.
Okay, so the driver's and passenger side front doors are just regular, open regular. The back side doors, the driver's side back side door, you hit a button and it automatically opens up.
It slides.
Yeah, it slides.
So that'd be a tactical gun door for me.
Right.
Yes.
Then the other side,
Oh my God.
the
Don't sell to
passenger
George.
side, if when you hit the button twice, the van like kneels down a little bit, leans over to the right a little bit. The
Can you
door
hear my
slides
boner
open.
screaming?
The door slides open, and then the ramp folds down. And
So you can wheel your tank out.
yeah, and then but it also does
No,
have the back
50
bench
cal.
seat. It
Yeah.
doesn't have the middle seats in the middle, so you can mount your,
You're 50 cal on a turret.
right.
I would like to maybe convert that to like a Brown's party van, and it could lean sideways for us drunk asses to fall into. When
There you go. Speaking
That might
of
work.
today's the game, George.
Yep.
This is for you.
Dude, I can't wait.
I'm not trying to make fun of your dog or anything, but I think it would be a very good very good van to have Leia get up into, because she could just ride up into the ramp.
Could you imagine George buys a handicap van for his dog?
Yes, I could vision that. I could absolutely
Could you
totally
do it?
Fucking imagine.
just for
The
that
absurdity.
specific dog, like not for the other dogs.
No,
Yeah.
the other
Just
dogs,
for
they
Leia.
can drag their hind ends as much as they want. It's all
Like,
Leia.
Before we got on, I was talking about how bad I am with money and the decisions I make, and this is the kind of stuff George would do.
Well, and the thing is, and this is why I don't do money. I'm not allowed doing anything with the bills. I told you guys the story behind that, right?
I think so, but it's slipping my mind.
The before Jamie and I got married, my dad went up to her and told her, "Do not ever let him touch the bills." And she's like, "Why?" And he goes, "Well, because he literally pays bills in his head and he doesn't write the checks for him." And she laughed it off. Well,
Oh, so you just think about doing it, and in
Yeah,
your mind
well,
you did it?
she comes up the one day and she has a past due for my car insurance. And she's like, "It says here your car insurance is going to lapse." I go,
You're like, yeah, I looked
"Why?"
at that.
I go, "Why?" And yeah, seriously.
I looked
And
at
she
it a
goes,
month ago.
"Well, it says you didn't make the payment." I go, "I fucking made the payment." And she goes, "Well, it's not written down." I go, "No, because it's right here." And I pointed like to my head, and she goes, "Oh my
Your
God."
dad was right.
She called my dad and she goes, "I'm so sorry. You're 100% right." So since that day, I haven't paid any bills.
Wow.
I need to try that.
It's wonderful.
It
I
doesn't
bet it
work. They'll
is.
just repo your stuff.
I put everything
God.
on auto pay, and I don't give a shit.
Yep.
Everything.
I still have bills that like I couldn't get on auto pay yet, and I still miss them.
I don't.
I'm like,
I don't like auto pay for big bills still, and I'm not paycheck to paycheck anymore, but
Woody
I still
loves
am
throwing that in their faces.
terrified. No, I'm just terrified of.
I'm semi-wealthy
I'm
now.
not paycheck to paycheck. I have 8 3D printers right now.
I have 2. 3D
he's now in the top 50%.
Hey, by the way, I don't know if I've thanked you personally on air for the 3D printed stuff. I might have last episode actually.
No
But,
problem.
I used the Glock stand the other day,
Yeah,
and I was just touching up one of the firearms, and because I had gone shooting, and so I touched them up a little bit. Worked perfect.
fantastic.
Absolutely
Fantastic.
perfect. It's really nice because it holds the firearm straight, and I can just take the Q-tip and clean. And
All my
It's good
things
to
that
go.
he's printed
Nice.
worked out really good. I got my little Shufflepod gold trophy.
oh yeah, I've got my Shufflepod
Oh, you got the silver.
trophy.
Jeff's got both.
Yeah.
Jeff's
All
got
right.
gold and silver.
He's running to get them. George,
Well,
you used
here's
to
the
say
other
yours was
thing.
platinum.
Yeah, mine's platinum, and I've got the
I've got that here.
Shufflepod
Yeah, I
micro.
have that
I've
on.
actually got it on my headphones.
Oh, mine's upside
Actually,
down.
I would like that because now I've got the right color.
Yeah.
So here's
and
the
black
thing.
that would go great. Let's see, I've got. Yeah.
If any of our fans, to the zero watching, if any of our fans want a 3D printed Shufflepod headphone, thing,
They can buy their own
let us
goddamn
know,
printer.
and they could Woody will give them the file.
It'll be $32.95.
So
No, I will
All right.
definitely. I would make one out for him. I'd
What do you
probably
say
never
we
mail
jump
it out,
in?
but
what do you say we
Probably.
jump into the main topic today?
We've got a topic. Yay!
We do, and the
Sorry.
topic is Halloween when we were kids.
Ooh,
So
I remember being a lot colder. Like I
You know
remember,
what? I do
I remember
too, and it
trick or treating in
always
the
rained.
snow.
Sometimes, yeah. And in
my
the
mom
dark.
always made us
Definitely in the dark.
costumes that were super thick, so that we had some.
Oh
some
yeah,
heat.
yeah.
We never wore like just a regular costume. We had like thick, like the giant bunny costumes or the whatever, just something that held in the heat because it was cold.
See,
had
we always had the Jeff probably remembers this. You guys might be too young for this, but like just the plastic.
No, I had them.
Oh, those
Did
things
you?
sucked.
Yeah, it was like
We
a
always had
plastic.
to get a size too big to fit over our
Yep.
winter coat.
right,
And it would be like a plastic cape with a plastic mask.
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
He-Man one year.
my mom would always make mine, and I had a road cone that I wore on my head and a large sheet with holes. And she told me that it was an exaggerated K ghost, and I was like, I don't know what a K ghost is, but and it dawned on me just recently that it was a Klan ghost.
Yes, it
And
was.
I couldn't fit through doors because the road cone was so big, it was so tall. So
Do you
It
remember?
was a hell of a year.
Do you remember going into like Kmart and stuff like that when you were a kid, and it was just like a wall of those boxes with the just the
Yes.
cellophane
Yes.
and the mask sitting there? Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
yeah, you'll never get to see that again.
nope.
Nope.
No,
I remember the
At
first
a
time I
Kmart.
had a Jason mask for Halloween.
Me too.
And I went with like a machete, like a real machete and everything else.
oh yeah.
And it was absolutely incredible. Now, if I saw a kid with a machete, I would call the police because
Yeah.
it's a
Oh,
totally
my
different time.
Did you have a good Jason mask? Like, did it look like Jason?
I had
Mine
a
was
couple
generic.
different ones. My mom went out and bought me one that glowed.
Me too.
That
It was a glow in the dark one.
yeah, that
It
wasn't
didn't have the right
cool.
amount of holes.
No,
And that's the only
I-
one I've ever had. Just
I never had
recently,
the one with the triangle.
I didn't either.
The red.
I tried to put the red triangle with fake blood, the Halloween blood, but it just
Yep.
ran because it's not paint, obviously. I was young, didn't know it. Yeah.
So when did you're a hockey fan, DJ? When did they
Mm-hmm.
go from like that style hockey mask to what they like to the elaborate shit they've got?
I'd say
now?
what?
Was that before you started watching?
70s, 80s?
Well, no, I think it was because the 80s, the 1980 U.S. team, they had the regular hockey mask like that.
Like
Yeah,
the
you're
Jason
right.
mask.
You're right.
Yeah, so I think it was late 80s, early 90s.
It wasn't
Because I
early
remember,
90s.
was
I
it
think
Patrick,
it was in
was
the.
it Patrick Waugh that was the first one that had the paintings all over?
I don't know if he was the first or not.
Let's call it
Not
the
sure.
first. No one else knows.
Yeah,
There's
that's-
no
no one's going to
viewers.
fact check this.
There's no live viewers to
So
to
Patrick
dispute.
Waugh was definitely the first.
Hey, to all the people
Absolutely.
listening live, chime in on the chat here. We have
Right.
chat going, so let us know if it was Patrick Waugh. R-O.
My
R-O-Y.
gold trophy says it is. I went through a couple months ago. I pulled up some hockey player names for Tasha, and I just had her read them and try to pronounce them. Oh God, it was a riot.
Yeah, there's
She's like, that doesn't say "Wow," that says Roy.
You know what would be bad is I guarantee you I would be the exact same way. I have no idea. I
You
can't
knew
name
Patrick Waugh because he used to play with the Avalanche in NHL, whatever.
right. That was the only
Right.
You know who the other guy, not Claude Lemieux. Who was the guy that played for the Avalanche that was like he fought all the time?
That was called Lemieux.
Was it Claude?
Yeah.
But he wasn't on my 2013
No,
or no,
'cause
what was it? It was like 2005.
The 5 NHL calendar.
Right. Well, the game, the EA
Oh, the-
Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was. Has anybody ever dressed as a hockey player for Halloween?
I think I did once. I just wore my actual smelly assy, my actual equipment.
Well, you played, so you could. I mean, sure, you
Yeah.
didn't ice skate, but would have been tough to. Well, I don't know. There was a couple years that you could have ice skated from house to house.
One time I put on my ice skates and went down my driveway when I lived in Louisville. I mean, I fell like 3 times because the ice is all uneven and pitted up and shit. But yeah, I did it. I went down to the end and back.
Did you guys ever get your candy stolen?
No, never.
I honestly think it's like
urban myth.
Yeah,
I do too.
I never had kids running around stealing stuff.
No.
Yeah,
so how old were you when you quit? As this leads into something that's going on in a couple hours here.
Well, right? I was 17 because Jamie was 15 when she quit. Yeah, because she's 2 years younger. So I was 17 and she dressed like a dude.
Did you catch shit?
Like a chick. Yeah.
Did you catch shit?
I did.
Okay. Because I say right now, in a few hours, my son went to a Halloween party last night. It was like a sleepover, and him and 6 or 7 other boys his age, they're between 15 and 16. My son is 16. They're all going trick-or-treating together. And I told them, I said, you guys are going to catch a lot of shit. I said, just don't argue with people. And this is the last year you're doing this, that you're too old. It's like you're adults now.
Right.
Well, and
trick or treat.
I actually had this talk with Jamie.
Like, this is a home invasion.
Our daughter's going. And I told Jamie, I said, if somebody doesn't look like they put the effort in, I get kind of irritated. She's like, if they dress up, I'm cool with it.
I don't care.
The thing that drives me nuts is people that bring newborns.
Oh, yeah. Like they're not eating the candy. Why are you bringing your infant?
Exactly.
Even so, I don't care. If you want to walk up to my door, here's a piece of candy. I don't care.
Right, George. If you were to walk up to my door dressed as you are right now, I would give you candy.
I would wear my Let's Go Brandon shirt that I bought.
I saw that on Facebook. I had to Google that the other day because I had no idea what it was about. I was flipping through TikTok, and some lady's like, I changed my Tesla horn to Let's Go Brandon. Ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, what is that about? And so I found out. I'm like,
aren't you glad you did?
Yeah. A lot of respect.
I don't know what it is either.
It's basically saying F you, Biden.
Oh.
That's pretty much what it is.
It stems from there was a college football game down in the deep south. And they were chanting "fuck Joe Biden," and the announcers like, "Are they chanting Let's Go Brandon?"
Well, they were doing it at the Michigan game, and
I didn't hear that.
They were doing it at a bunch of college football games and stuff. There's a lot of that. You know what though? No politics. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I brought it up. No. Let's Go Brandon, and candy stealing. I could see DJ's just like stewing, like you little fat man.
I thought we were gonna have a lot more than none. Like I've never had anybody steal my candy. We had like thugs going around like picking on kids, but they never actually took the candy. They just went around to pick on the kids. Well,
you gotta figure there's too many adults out to begin with. Like, because not all the kids are out.
Not
like,
when we were kids.
Well, even when we were kids,
there was no adult at all.
Jeff, even when we were kids, it was you still had smaller kids that their parents were out with. So there were parents all over the fucking place. So nobody's going to be out there stealing candy.
There's a lot of adults out on the street. It might not be with you particularly, but
you're right. And there people handing out the candy.
I not only have never had it done, but I've also, other than hearing stories of blah blah blah, I've never known anyone that it actually happened to.
Right.
So.
Let me do a little PSA here. If you guys are watching live on YouTube or next time we do this Facebook as well, the audio version of this broadcast will be found on all of your major podcast aggregators. And then
aggregators.
So if you guys want to listen at a later date to the audio, but remember every time we do an episode, we're going to go live on Facebook, live on YouTube. And you guys can give us your comments and everything. So.
And we'll let you know on Facebook before we do it. We'll send out a
absolutely
message.
This one's just a test to see if it worked, and it does. It's working seamless right now. We actually did have a viewer pop in and then leave.
Oh, good.
So we kept him here. I counted for at least 2 minutes ish.
Was it you, George?
No, it was not me,
we would have another viewer if I could fucking do it. I think
do
it's
you
because I'm
have-
on Page Creator. It won't let me watch it. Or
Yeah, I think that's what it is because I tried to
just
do
go
it.
to the
It wouldn't let
regular
me.
YouTube. But
Right.
anyways,
something. Oh, I could do YouTube. Yeah.
You go to your own channel, yeah.
go running around. I remember there was a ton of awesome like front yards, and people would scare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there was one guy in our neighborhood that had always built a haunted house, and every year the haunted house got bigger. It started out
Nice.
in his garage, then it went from the garage to the backyard, all the way out to the front. You would exit, dude. It was so freaking good, and they went all out on this thing. It was a legitimate haunted house that he made, and it was fantastic. So it was really cool.
That's cool.
Do you guys remember in the it was the late 70s, early 80s, they came out with these sunglasses that had little red lights in them.
Yeah.
They were called Zaps. Well, like the year that this came out, there was a guy in our neighborhood that dressed up as a werewolf, and he must have had that built into behind the mask, and it was the most realistic thing I'd ever seen when as a child. You know, I mean, I'm sure nowadays it's probably nothing, but
Right.
I remember walking up and going like I was terrified of it, but I was cool until he hit that light, and then the eyes glue red, and I was just like, I ran. But I remember my mom like trying to keep up with me to chase me down the street. I mean, that's how young I was because yeah, like we started probably going out on our own at like what 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
You know,
And now I couldn't imagine like sending my kid out when she was 7 years old. to
no
go.
fucking way.
I got
No way.
another. I mean, this is sort of away from trick or treating or whatever. I mean, it's
Ooh, we got hashtag Starstruck
sorry.
on our live viewer. Can you guys see the chat?
No.
No, I'm
Go
not
to
looking at it.
comments
So.
up in the right hand side.
I think I'm on the full screen. That's why.
Oh, this is the greatest show ever. Thanks for watching. Starstruck.
Nice.
Starstruck. You know what? The title is.
Can you
Uh,
send a
I
little
keep popping my damn earphone plug out.
Title is Candy and Starstruck.
Yeah.
I need,
Well,
I need
we
a
were-
longer cord.
My niece was showing me. For one, I mean, she's doing like TikTok and crap, and they live on a pretty busy road. And I say pretty. I mean, it's pretty busy. It's a 35 speed limit, but it's a really busy road.
They
I
live
mean,
in a
it's
culvert pipe under the highway.
Well, she showed us this video they did. She's 11. She's standing in the road with a group of friends in the road, making a TikTok video, all dancing in the street. I used to live right there. Cars would go by there at 80 miles an hour all the time, all the
Holy
time,
shit.
because it's like right off the highway. And they're just out there. And the girls that are with her, their grandma who lives in that house is a pediatrician. Their grandpa's the ex-chief of police, and their dad is a cop. And they're standing in the fucking street.
And none of them taught them better than to
I was blown away.
do TikToks in the street.
I was blown away because that just reminded me of what we were talking about, sending your 7-year-old out like that.
Right.
People now are just letting their kids fucking run around in the road.
So, what are the hours for trick or treating now?
3 to 5 at my house.
3 to 5
really?
here.
3 to 5.
Ours,
So,
ours is 6 to 8.
Now,
That's
see, that
way
would be
better.
badass.
Right.
Way
It's supposed
better.
to be dark.
It's supposed to be
I
dark.
mean, why trick or treat in the middle of the day?
Right.
well, that was kind of the point I was getting to is like, so you can tell that like people that are like making cartoons and stuff now grew up when we grew up because
Right.
whenever they're showing trick or treating, it's always
It's
dark.
dark.
You know, and I don't remember like we don't ever get any kids over here, but I've sat out there waiting on kids to not show up every year.
You don't
and
get kids at your house?
No, not at all.
You're in
You
a
would think in
neighborhood.
this neighborhood, but no.
I get none either. I live the first street of a development area, the first block. You'd think they would start on my street. They started the next street up. I don't know why. In the past 5 years I've been at this house, we've had a total of 5, 6.
That's 6, but
Yeah, no, I was like 5, 6. I was counting. I was going to count
he
up.
holds up 6
7.
figures. He's like 5.
No, I was counting up 5, 6, 7. I think 7, maybe 8
In the year you don't
Total.
buy candy,
total. Right?
Yeah,
they're
Exactly.
going to egg you.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't.
We
know.
go.
Well, it could have to do with like every other house on Jeff Street has a sex offender register.
No, that's the one they start on.
It's always fun.
They give out the best candy.
I like candy and touches.
On sex offenders, it's a little known fact.
Come on now.
They give out the best candy.
They do.
Yeah.
They
I
do.
mean,
Yeah.
Because they
They
want the
give
kids
those
to come
full
back.
size, king size Hershey bars.
Yeah,
and
they
shit.
want them to
Guy
come
two
back.
houses down gives out a whole bag. It's amazing. I
It's
just
a
go
grab
down there.
bag. You gotta reach into the box. You have to reach into the box and
There's
to
always a
leave it
hot dog at the bottom.
you gotta feel for the candy.
It's those
Yeah.
candy
It takes
dips.
a lot.
One
That's
of
where
them's
I get
real.
my candy. I go get it from him and then give it to the kids. I mean,
That's
Right.
it. I love
it's
it.
a lot easier. I gotta clean it off first, but once I do, it's fine.
I always had to stick my head in the box, and it was like bobbing for apples.
It's like bobbing for hot dogs.
Yeah. Oh, I got hair
This one's
gel.
creamy.
I got hair gel in my mouth. So
This
Well,
took
we're
a
not-
horrible
we're not
turn.
getting monetized.
So,
Hashtag starstruck.
brought to you by To Catch a Predator.
What was your
God.
what was your best costume, George, ever?
Ooh. The clan robe was great. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding about that, by the way. I did wrap myself in toilet paper one year to be a mummy, and it rained.
Oh,
Oh,
I would honestly say one of my Jason ones, because I had a Jason mask. My dad gave me one of his shop overall things, and I wore that. And I thought
That's
that
cool.
was the best. The mask wasn't the best, but that outfit I thought was
I-
primo.
I have one for me when I was a kid. It was basically a big box, and my head was out of the box, and my legs were, on the bottom, but I had fake legs hanging out of the box, so it looked like I was sitting in it.
right.
Okay.
And it was a cool idea, but then when we went over to the other neighborhood where my grandma lives, I couldn't get in the car. My dad had to lift me in the car and lay me in the back seat sideways because it was
How about-
really hard to take on and off.
Now, I would say that the best costumes came when I was an adult. When we
Yes.
had Halloween
Oh, yeah.
parties.
Right. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay, all right, all right.
But Jeff, what was your best?
So my best was, you remember when the Fruit of the Loom commercials had the guys that were dancing
Yeah.
Oh,
around
yeah.
in their
Oh, yeah.
outfits? I went as the apple one year. My dad made me a paper mache apple. It was about
Nice.
2.5 foot diameter, and just my head and my arms and my legs stuck out of it. And in the middle of it, he cut a little square and made a little house for a little a worm, like a worm that lived in the apple.
You
Made a
put
little
your
light
dick out
switch
in
and
it?
everything.
Hey, check out my worm.
Check out my worm. But it had a little. There was a little worm sitting in a chair, and it had a little light. I had a light switch inside that I could turn the light on and
Oh,
off.
Jesus.
So we got that year. My sister and I got picked to walk in the parade in the city where my
Not sure if
parents
you know
grew up.
Jeff's dad. His name is MacGyver.
Yeah.
It does sound pretty elaborate.
Martha Stewart.
And I was going to say, and his mother is Martha Stewart.
Woody?
I tell you,
Woody's like one
I
of those hard
wanted-
plastic ones from Kmart.
I tell you what, that was what we always got. 'Cause we were
this
kind
is
of
a
broke.
crunchy skull.
But I always wanted one of those. I don't remember what they were called.
So are
but they
you
would be-
telling us what you always wanted, not what you
Well, no,
actually did?
I'll get to there. I'll get there.
I was always in a Marmaduke mask or something from
Do you
Kmart.
remember those inflatable ones?
Yes.
They came out in the early '80s. They were an inflatable. You like put it on your head, and then it was. I always wanted one of those. I can't remember what the hell they were called, but finally got one and popped it within seconds.
Ah.
So it was just. I was like an alien, and it just like hung down on the. side
Oh,
of
I
my
know what
face.
you mean. Okay.
Yeah, it was horrible. But my favorite like homemade costume was I did a ninja one year. And I took like the t-shirt and put like the eye or the head opening like right where my eyes are and like tied it
Okay.
behind my head and stuff. That was and that plastic sword.
How about as adults?
Wow.
I have two I'm particularly proud of that weren't me, but I made both costumes. I really made the one, really made it. But the other one I had a friend help me with. They were both for my wife. One year she was Nurse Gollum from South Park. The conjoined fetus.
Yeah,
nurse.
that was a good one.
That was so good. I mean, she nailed that thing. And then the other one was when they were both South Park ones. When she did, what's his name?
Stan's dad,
Gerald.
Yeah.
When he after his dolphinplasty surgery.
That was amazing because it actually like shot water.
I bought a bicycle pump with CO2 and ran a tube up her back, and she could hit the trigger and spray water out of her back. It was fucking amazing.
It really, really was. It was a good. She had to be like hunched over all.
Yeah,
the whole
she
time.
hunched over the whole night and had a walker, and then she would hit that trigger and it'd be like. And there was no in between because in the show, it just a couple squirts of water. It goes. But this thing was like a fucking shotgun blast. It vaporized. It just like instantly just vaporized the water as it came out. It was just like poof, a cloud.
I apologize if you hear my dogs going nuts now in the cage.
They're fine.
I coughed and then they heard me.
They think you're in distress.
It's not the first time we've heard your dogs. It's all right.
We also have to explain the audio from Jeff this week. He can't get his microphone to work, so he's using.
Can't get my whole sound card to fucking work. I don't know what's wrong.
I bet you one more restart because you just restarted. I bet you another restart would probably take care of it.
You know what? I've been having issues with it hell, I got a new mic because I was having issues with it, and then the new mic seemed like it was doing good, and now it lost the mic again. It's like, you know what? I just got to get because it's the onboard piece of shit sound card. I just need to get a standalone. Maybe that'll help.
Okay.
So George, what was your favorite adult costume? Because like my favorite of George's adult costume, I have two: the baby and the cheerleader.
The cheerleader. That's my favorite of George's.
Yeah, the
I think he
cheerleader
was the cheerleader one the year I met him. That was a good one.
The cheerleader is pretty decent. I love the baby one. I'm
trying to think of what else he was.
I was a tissue box, a beer bottle.
I remember the beer bottle.
But yeah, the baby. I think the baby costume was because we were all young at that time, and that was insane.
Drinking heavily.
Oh my
Those
God.
parties were crazy, man. They were fun. We couldn't even if we tried that now, we'd be done by 10.
No, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
God, yeah. I was just my niece got married last weekend, and
how'd that go?
Oh, it was great. I got destroyed. I was hammered.
Oh, wow.
Wedding.
How did the ride
fantastic.
situation go? Because you were worried about that.
My mom came pick me up.
Good. I was trying to tell him to Uber, but it was a long way.
No, she was obviously at the wedding because it was her granddaughter, and so then she took my father home because he kind of got sick of being around people, and then came back and picked us up because I was in no shape to drive.
What were you drinking?
I was drinking those not hard cider, the Twisted Tree, or what the hell's that called?
Twisted Tea.
Twisted Tree.
No. It was Angry Orchard.
Angry Orchard.
So I was drinking those, and I was fine with those. But then they brought out this moonshine that it was like an apple pie moonshine, and
yeah, that'll do it.
Fucked me up. Oh my God!
What's your wedding drink, George? What's
7 and 7.
Me too.
That's it right there. I was a rum and coke guy forever, but at DJ's wedding, I drank them out of rum and cokes, and
7-7's the wedding drink, and I don't know why. Don't know
so
why.
good.
I don't either.
Always. I don't order it at a bar. I don't even like them. But at
I
a
never
wedding,
bring them. I never make them when I used to drink. I never made them at home.
Nope.
But I'll tell you what, I had 21 7 and 7s at my sister's wedding, and I don't remember the Ohio State game, but I remember I told her before, if you're not playing the Buckeye game, I'm not coming to your wedding. So she had a TV and everything, and it was beautiful. But 7 and 7s, man. Now the sugar, like if I drink 21 7 and 7s, I'd be dead.
well, I haven't had a regular pop since March, but I will have a Jack and Coke at a bar.
Yeah.
But I don't just sit. I don't do it very often or anything.
I think
like
Jack
that.
and Cokes are really, really good.
Me too. What about you, Jeff? What's your wedding go-to?
My wedding go-to is a whiskey sour because they always have whiskey, and I don't really drink a lot of soda,
whiskey.
so the little bit of soda that they put in there is all right.
I had a one night after a bunch of whiskey sours. Weren't you with us when JD drove and we were in that white car? He had a Dodge Intrepid. We were downtown Mass.
Puked blood. I was
puking blood out of the side of his car from too many whiskey sours and fucked up my esophagus. I was puking so much. And I'm puking blood.
This is great. We're at this bar in Mass.
I haven't touched one.
And there was a back room with a pool table and stuff. And we were, a lot of us were playing pool, and then some other people came in and they wanted to play pool too. So DJ was playing this guy, and he comes over and he whispers to me. He goes, "Woody," like just as loud as can be. He goes,
I don't even know what he's talking about.
This guy fucking sucks. Watch this shit. And I was just like, all right, buddy. But that was a crazy.
The one thing I do remember was when he had to stop for gas on the way home, and I went into the gas station as I had to go to the bathroom, and I asked where the bathroom was, and the guy just went be pointed and didn't say anything. And I went into the bathroom because my head was hanging out the window and I was puking. It all blew back in my face. My whole face was covered in blood.
Oh my god!
So I washed it off. I was in the bathroom. Just come walking up like. Doo-doo-doo.
It literally had to look like you ate like a fetus.
And I didn't know. I was so drunk, I didn't know. I had no idea. My face was no clue.
Oh.
And I didn't say anything to these guys. I just jumped out and ran into the thing, so they didn't see me.
He wanted to clean it off the next day, and I think it froze to the side of the car, didn't it?
I think it did.
Yeah,
it was bad. He was so mad at me.
Now, how much blood was it?
I think what it did was I threw up a lot from the sour, and it ate through, and I don't know if it's from my esophagus or stomach, but it was
tore the lining.
And I have not had a whiskey sour since because that sour mix just fucked me up.
Yeah,
I
don't like them if they're too sour. It's got to be a touch.
Oh, they weren't even. You know what? They weren't technically whiskey sours. They were all Long Island iced teas, but it has sour mix.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Ooh,
but it's the same thing. That's
right. It's still.
And so I haven't had a whiskey sour or a Long Island since then.
So Jeff, what's your best adult costume?
I don't know. I've had a couple pretty good ones. I think my best was not last year because COVID, but the year before I went to my stepbrother's party, and I was supposed to be Joker for a different thing. The original Joker, not the new one from the shitty movie.
Jack Nicholson.
No, I went as I was the original with the green hair, not the Joaquin Phoenix, whatever the fuck that was, because that was just a mess. But yeah, I looked awesome. I was just looking for the picture, but it's somewhere.
The best adult costume I had, and nobody even thought I was even dressed up.
The Chupacabra.
No.
Peter Griffin.
Peter Griffin. I looked exactly like Peter Griffin.
Did.
And everybody's like, why didn't you dress up? And I'm like, I am dressed up. Daryl
literally just wore the same outfit Peter Griffin wears, and that was his entire costume.
Green pants and a white button-up shirt.
Yeah.
Daryl was the only one that noticed. But I just nobody.
It was
genius and so effortless.
That's hilarious. I wish I were there for that one. That seems amazing.
I think it's just hilarious, obviously, that people were like, why didn't you dress up?
Yeah,
you had a pocket protector and everything, didn't you?
No, it was
God,
a
I don't
pocket
remember.
protector.
What
that
did
was
you
the
have hanging out
Chupacabra.
of the Chupacabra costume?
No, I had a little
that
goat.
was a stuffed goat that he pulled the stuffing out of it.
And put a little blood around the wounds.
That was by far my favorite because I was like, "What?
Nice!
Holy shit!
Oh,
that's
that was a good job, Jeff.
Right? I found it.
Really
I had to do it because everybody's like the Joker. I'm like, no, I look like the fucking Joker. It was good.
I remember I asked Woody. He came up and he's wearing this flannel and there's this little goat hanging off his pocket. I go, "What are you dressed as?" He goes, "Chupacabra."
It was so racist.
It was. I feel horrible about that now. It was very bad.
Well, that's the thing is you have to be so careful because you can't just say what's racist today or what's PC today or non-PC today. You have to try to like for our kids.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if one of our kids is going to run for like an elected office one day or get a high prestigious job. And, you know, one year they went as something that's completely innocent right now. But 20 years from now, people might look at it like, I can't believe you dressed as a bear. What the fuck is wrong with you? Bears are endangered. You know, like, who the fuck knows?
Right.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, no, but you know,
I'm defending my blackface. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, I will say that one of our friends, and he'll remain nameless, dressed as Tupac, shot. Okay.
Yeah,
he was dead Tupac. And it was hilarious till the black guys showed up at the party.
Oh.
And he was like,
I don't think I remember this.
Oh my God. It was hilarious.
I know one of our other friends dressed as Lil Wayne.
Yes. But
I remember the Tupac one because I remember the Thug Life. Yeah, he had, like Thug Life written on his chest or whatever, or stomach or whatever it was.
Yep. And then he's like, shit. Goes into the bathroom and washes all the makeup off.
This was a bad idea.
It was right. It was a bad idea, but it was fun.
Speaking of dead musicians, I think one of the best I've ever seen costume-wise was, I don't even remember who the person was, but it was this blonde girl. She just dressed in regular clothes, like, you know, punk rock clothes, whatever. And she was walking around with a picture of Kurt Cobain with a bullet hole drawn on his head. It's like,
Courtney Love.
Yeah, like it's terrible, brilliant.
It is.
Yes.
The most offensive one I've probably done. Well, actually, I've done a couple offensive ones because I dressed as like gay characters a couple times.
Oh my God, Jeff Garcia was the best.
That was the year you were the cheerleader because we have a picture of you blowing me.
Yeah, that one's not.
There's a whole video.
You were bonging a beer that we ran the tube behind my back and in between my legs, and you were bonging the beer. But
wow,
I dressed one time as a terrorist. Do you remember that? Because George's mom was the Statue of Liberty, and I ran up to her. I was clicking my clicker because I had like fake dynamite on me. And I kept running up to her in pictures going.
It was
that one was pretty offensive.
I loved how when my daughter was very young, we would have this party and our parents would show up because it was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
My parents would show up and Jamie's parents would show up, and then they'd leave just about the time it was starting to get
hairy buffalo,
and they would take the children over to
far
stay the night
away.
Yeah, but the Harry Buffalo one was insane.
The Jello shot one was insane.
Well, that was horrible. A pinata full of Jello shot.
Yeah, it was
my brother's first swing.
My
brother, the first swing hits me in the nipple, and my nipple started bleeding.
I forgot about that.
And when he hit the pinata, and Jamie was like, "Guys, it's a dumb idea. Don't."
Yeah, she absolutely did. Yeah,
it looked like a freaking murder scene.
Yeah.
The Jello shots blew up all over the back wall, but people were picking them up off the ground and eating them.
There was gravel in them.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of those.
We were like a bunch of hens with gravel in our belly to help it digest.
We were all pecking at the ground.
It was good, man.
Nasty.
Those hairy buffaloes. Ooh. You did those more than 1 year, didn't you? Yeah, you did.
Yes. And then we had the non-Halloween party where it was the hairy buffalo they did at the neighbor's house. And they were like, invite a couple friends.
Yeah.
And all of us came over and we like ate all the fruit, drank all the drink. It was like we were
What'd you do with the hairy buffalo?
Like a bunch of Vikings. We were just like taking cups and dipping them in.
We're like Klingons.
It was crazy.
Didn't you have to break into his neighbor's house through the window the one time, DJ?
Yeah.
Like she locked herself out of it or something like it was at a party and you climbed up the antenna pole and through a window.
Yeah. Didn't I have a cast on or some shit too?
Yeah, probably.
You were shooting bottle rockets out of your cast.
I know I had like a fucked up knee and like a big knee splint thing, and I climbed up the thing and into her window.
Yeah, that wasn't the cast year. That was he had like a knee brace thing.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
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 And I don't know whoever you were dating or whatever they were just livid with you. They're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I
Oh,
can't
probably. It
remember.
was,
Yeah, it was great.
super smart.
Boys, I think we're at a good ending spot. What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, this went well. I
show.
think.
let's I'm going to conclude it here real quick. Once again, if you want to catch an audio version of the podcast, it should be out within a week or so.
You won't
And-
understand anything because
we will,
90% of it was visual.
Well, definitely, that's right. It's a learn night. We talk with our hands a lot. So yeah, we will do that. And next time we're signed into Facebook, we'll give you guys all notification. I'll give notification on YouTube that we're going to go live in 30 minutes and all that stuff. But this was a good test run, guys. I really liked it.
Yeah,
I
this
think
was fun.
StreamYard works brilliantly.
Me too.
Absolutely.
As long as
I
it's
love it.
free.
Yep.
Yeah,
Winston
And
the
this
Duck,
is,
you can be on our show.
this is perfect. So
Right.
until next time, everybody have a great one, and we'll see you guys later.
Later.
See ya.
Hi.
What was that?